Hello, and welcome to EDM News. Today, we're breaking down a significant development between President-elect Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin. This recent phone call is drawing global attention as Trump begins diplomatic conversations on one of the world's most sensitive conflicts, the ongoing war in Ukraine. Let's get into the details and potential implications of this call and what it may mean for U.S. foreign policy moving forward. On Thursday, President-elect Donald Trump held his first phone conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin since winning the election. Sources familiar with the call report that Trump reached out to discuss the conflict in Ukraine, where Russia's involvement has led to widespread devastation, displacement, and loss of life. Trump reportedly advised Putin against escalating military action in the region, reminding him of Washington's substantial military presence in Europe. This message signals Trump's intention to make clear that any further aggression in Ukraine would be met with serious attention from the United States and its allies. What's particularly notable about this call is Trump's clear focus on peace in Europe. During the discussion, Trump emphasized his desire to see stability restored on the continent and conveyed his hope for follow-up conversations aimed at a peaceful resolution to the Ukraine crisis. Sources suggest that Trump expressed an openness to explore diplomatic options, hinting at a potential willingness to consider territorial concessions, an idea he floated during his campaign when he pledged to bring an immediate end to the conflict. While Trump hasn't provided specifics on his approach, this phone call hints that he may be looking at unconventional solutions that could include diplomatic compromises, an approach that would mark a significant shift from current U.S. policy. It's important to note that Trump's campaign frequently stressed his intention to scale down U.S. involvement in prolonged conflicts, citing the financial burden on American taxpayers. Sources close to Trump say he is keenly aware of the cost of supporting Ukraine's defense and has privately signaled that he would consider compromises, such as allowing Russia to retain certain territories it currently holds, including Crimea. This stance raises the question of how the U.S. might engage with Russia under Trump's leadership and whether his administration might lean towards finding a quicker end to the conflict through negotiation rather than extended military aid. In a recent statement to NBC, Trump shared that he has spoken with approximately 70 world leaders since his election victory, including Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, joined Trump's call with Zelensky, where Trump reiterated his commitment to pursuing diplomatic solutions. While no formal decisions were announced, the inclusion of Musk in the conversation is notable, as Musk has previously commented on international affairs and has been involved in satellite support for Ukraine. Trump's outreach to both Putin and Zelensky within such a short period underscores his interest in engaging both sides and shaping a new diplomatic path forward. For Ukrainian officials, the call between Trump and Putin introduces a mix of optimism and anxiety. They have long understood that Trump might pursue a diplomatic resolution involving Russia, but his openness to territorial compromises adds a layer of concern. The current war effort in Ukraine relies heavily on extensive U.S. financial and military support, which provides billions of dollars each month to keep Ukraine's defenses strong against a significantly larger and better equipped Russian military. Trump's suggestion of negotiating territory for peace has led many in Kyiv to worry about what this could mean for the future of Ukrainian sovereignty and defense. Ukrainian officials were informed about the call between Trump and Putin, and while they did not formally object, it's clear that this new approach has injected uncertainty into their plans. Kyiv is aware of the risks involved in potentially compromising over territory, and they are cautious about how this could impact their standing on the international stage. With so much at stake, Ukraine must prepare for both the possibility of sustained support and the potential for a very different approach under a Trump administration. The cost of this war, especially for U.S. taxpayers, has been a recurring theme for Trump, who has repeatedly raised concerns over how much the U.S. has invested in supporting Ukraine's military. As Russian advances in recent months have increased pressure on Ukraine's defenses, Trump has signaled that a realistic path to peace may involve territorial compromises. In particular, he has mentioned Crimea, which Russia annexed in 2014, as a potential bargaining chip. This proposal has drawn mixed reactions internationally and underscores Trump's broader vision of shifting U.S. foreign policy to prioritize domestic interests. This conversation between Trump and Putin also comes on the heels of a high-profile visit by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to a Pennsylvania ammunition plant. The visit stirred controversy, especially among Trump's allies, who criticized the timing and intent of Zelensky's appearance in a key swing state. House Speaker Mike Johnson went as far as calling for Zelensky to replace his U.S. ambassador Oksana Markarova, signaling frustration from Trump's camp about the optics of Ukrainian diplomacy on American soil. This tension highlights the complexity of Ukraine's relationship with the U.S. and the sensitivity surrounding Trump's potential foreign policy moves. Looking forward, this call between Trump and Putin signals a potential pivot in U.S.-Russia relations and a new approach to the Ukraine conflict. While Trump's comments are likely to raise questions both domestically and internationally, they also reflect his stated commitment to America first, an agenda that prioritizes U.S. interests and reduces involvement in overseas conflicts. The call's focus on diplomatic engagement rather than direct confrontation suggests that Trump's strategy could reshape the dynamics of the war in Ukraine and possibly redefine U.S. involvement in European security. It's still early days, but this call is already drawing attention as an indicator of Trump's foreign policy intentions. Will his approach to Russia and Ukraine bring a swift resolution, or will it challenge existing alliances and agreements? The world will be watching closely as these discussions continue to unfold. Thanks for watching EDUM News. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on this evolving story. We'll keep you informed every step of the way as new details emerge. See you next time.